Okay. There we go. First things first. Oh, Kronenberg is much better than Stella. Somehow Stella is not as stellar as it used to be. It used to be really, really stellar. But I'm finding that Crony is the better one. Good evening, whoever's there. Oh, good evening. 4 people watching. Well, you know, it's a start, isn't it? Augustine in Asia, yes. Hello to you. John Key. How's it going, Eddie? Hello, John Key. Can't answer that question just yet. Peter Hopkins, hi. Hi, Peter. How's it going, mate? How are you keeping? Oh, Crony's really good. 1664. Somehow that's Stella. That Stella is weaker than it used to be. It's the way it seems to me. Okay, Crypto Ken, William Eloed, hey all. No, that's not his name. His name is 4 a.m. Good evening, Edward. Philip Mulville. Let's see. I can't even pronounce some of these names. Small 1X, yeah. Mike Ryan, Davey P. Moto Kenny, some bloody good names coming here thick and fast. Mark the Punter, hello to you all anyway. Good evening, season's greetings. Oh, sorry, it's not Christmas, is it? I don't feel like bloody Christmas anyway. Okay, Philip Mulville, give us the good news. The good news. Well, there isn't any good news. I mean, it's very, very bad news right now, and it's not getting any better. Okay, I'll say hello to a couple more people before we get into the nitty gritty of things. Okay, Asian Paradise, Joey Roberts. Good evening to you all. Gee, is that somebody's phone number? You know. Yes, hello. Anyway, Stephen from Singapore. JJ975. Good evening. Hello, Eddie. Cambodian girls are asking about you. Oh, jeez, I missed them. I so missed them. I hope they're keeping well. I really, really do hope they're keeping well. Dixie Enormous. Jan J. Hello, Jan J. Okay, how are you? Looking lovely as usual. Yes, I'm sure you are. Okay, Dan Crunk. Listen, we've been on for a couple of minutes now. Okay, right. Now, first of all, what I wanted to say is that it's doom and gloom in the air. Now, I don't want to do a live stream where all of a sudden we switch on and it's all doom and gloom and misery and puts years on you, like as if you needed any of that. It's in the UK, it's very, very bad news right now. Okay, now let me first of all talk a little bit about being depressing and, you know, speaking about the bad news. I mean, doom and gloom. Okay, now there are some people, I know some people, you know, people even on this YouTube channel who don't like constant talk about bad news and depression and all this kind of rubbish. Okay, nobody likes that. I don't want to talk about depressing stuff. I'd rather talk about cheerful stuff. But at the end of the day, you have to be realistic. If there's bad news all around, there's no point coming in and happy days. You know, you've got to be realistic. I mean, the situation right now is absolute total crap, and it's not getting any better anytime soon. Here in the UK, we've had more news about not only restricted. We're currently in a lockdown right now, okay, which doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon. But as for travellers, it gets worse. It's not getting better, it's getting worse, because not only is it illegal for us to attempt to go on holiday? How crazy does that sound? Illegal to go on holiday. Have you ever bloody heard such a thing? But when you come back from certain countries, red list countries, I believe, but I think it'll expand that list. There's 33 on the list. You have to go into a government quarantine hotel, which you will have to pay for. And we'll talk about that in a minute. It's not getting any better, okay? Let me see. Pal 555, lovely Okay, all right, fine. No flying for 18 months. Hi, Eddie. Jonathan Steele, researched the French lady you mentioned last week, and definitely a Roger. And it's the case, I think you're talking about. Oh, definitely a Roger for me. Lovely. Super, super duper Roger. Okay. Anyway, Bastard Bishop to many of her videos. Okay, Jonathan Steele, no, we've done it. Pal555, hi to you. Nice to hear from you, mate. Tony Edwards, Asian Paradise. What bad news in America? No, the thing is, we're in the UK right now. I'm in the UK, despite what you see behind me. That was 20 quid from Amazon, okay? Cheap and nasty, but, fits the bill anyway. Okay, so we're in the UK right now. We are not America. America apparently is not as severe as we are. Americans can still go to countries like Colombia and Mexico. And there's plenty of subscribers to this channel, and indeed some of my Facebook friends who are in those countries right now, and I'm getting some great reports from those places. We can't do that. We just it's just off the menu for us in the UK right now to even attempt to do anything like that. So listen, let's talk about the latest doom and gloom. No, before I do that, let me just explain something. Right, okay. We don't want to be miserable, so I'm going to divide this live stream into two halves, right? First of all, the first of it, half of it, is where we discuss the current dreadful UK situation and the fact that we'll have to quarantine on the way back from certain countries. And I'm sure those certain countries are going to increase. The current dreadful UK situation, it's going to be doom and gloom to begin with, fair enough, okay? But we don't want to wallow in doom and gloom. So the second half of this live stream will be cheerful. We'll get the nasty stuff out the way with, and then the second half we will be doing a bit of Roger and Roger or Dodger. Okay. Now I premiered this last week, this little game that I devised, and it went down quite well. Okay. I mean, it went down well, like like the band on the Titanic. No, it didn't. A lot of people liked it anyway. So we'll do a bit of that. So doom and gloom to begin with, a couple of pork pies, a speckled hen or two, and then we'll get into the Roger or Dodger fun stuff. Okay. We've got to find something to cheer ourselves up in these miserable times. Okay, so let's have a little look at the current situation. The current dreadful, bloody awful, I mean, really, really draconian, dreadful situation. What's it all about? Okay, what's it all about, Alfie? Okay, right. Now, the government, our health minister and the government in general has, by the way, whoever gave that super chat, who was that? Thanks for that. Who gave that super chat? Somebody gave a super chat. Oh, thank you, whoever you are. I didn't actually. Oh, Rupert's pork pies. Yes, they're on the menu tonight. There are pork pies on the menu, even though it's freezing cold, and I should really be heating hot meals. But the good old stalwart pork pies is on the menu tonight. So thank you for that, Rupert. I really, really do appreciate it, and I hope you're keeping well, my friend. I really hope you're keeping well. Okay. So yesterday, the government announced that, owing to all of these variants, there are all these, we've got the antivirus, but we've also got variants of the antivirus and the variant of a variant. It comes from places like South Africa and Brazil and other exotic areas like Kent or Bristol, whatever. We've got various variants of the variants to worry about. And that's why, basically, they don't want anyone coming in anymore. Now, let me first of all, before we get into the nitty gritty, let's talk a little teensy weensy bit about Australia, right? Now, Australia, for the past 10 months or whatever, we've been in some terrible reports about Australia and indeed New Zealand, really draconian. They're locking the whole countries down. They're not allowing anyone in or out. And isn't it terrible? There's been awful reports about that scene where the police, got into a house and arrested a pregnant woman because she was planning on doing a march, a protest, and we've had other dreadful reports come from there. And for the last year, certain social media and other commentators have said it's terrible in Australia that they're treating the people like that. And now, probably some of the same people are saying that we should be doing what they've been doing for the last year. We should be locking the country down. they're holding Australia and New Zealand up as a shining example because their citizens are able to go and wander around, which we can't do now. Otherwise, we can be arrested even for drinking a cup of coffee with a friend in public. So, Australia's being held up by a shining example right now. But anyone who says that Australia is back to normal, it's not normal, because the fact is that even though Australians can do things that we can't do in England, like go to the pub and do this sort of thing, Australians cannot leave the country and go on holiday to places like Thailand. They can't do that, can they? So it's not really normal. So at the end of the day, we're all in the same boat. We're all in the same boat. Okay, let's have a little look at the chat. Isle of Man. Isle of Man. I went there once when I was a kid. I just seem to remember. Actually, I think I went there on a day trip, because where I live, you could actually go on a day trip to the Isle of Man. I seem to remember a long boat journey and then walking up a street to it and then come. I don't know. Some people like the Isle of Man. I don't really know. Let's see. We're getting a bit of enthusiasm for Roger or Dodger already. Angela Merkel. Well, we done the letter A last week. I forgot about Angela Merkel. Andrew Johnson. Hello, Andrew. How are you? Open well me. Thailand is improving at the moment. Okay, now, Andrew won't mind me telling you that Andrew is currently at this moment in time in quarantine in Bangkok. And I believe he gets out next week. And he's doing well. He's keeping cheerful. And yeah, you're right. It looks right. He's made a brave attempt to get out of Thailand. He's there in quarantine right now. It's not as bad as what a lot of people believe it is. And he'll be set loose on the streets of Bangkok and Pattaya next week. And I'm going to be very, very envious. Very envious. I wish it was me. Great to hear from you, Andrew, anyway. Hope you're keeping cheerful, and I'm sure you got some bloody good times to come. Okay. Who's it? David Berber had me first jab today. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Right, now what is happening here? What is happening here? Okay, so the news is that because of these variants of the antivirus, people returning from the 33 red list countries. Now, it says 33, but that's only for now. I think it'll go up. I think it'll include other places, right? It's South America, it's parts of Africa, and it's Portugal, for some reason. I think people pass through Portugal or whatever. So basically, if you want to go to Latin America, I've no ambition to go to Africa. Been to Africa, no ambition to go there. But Latin America is a marvelous part of the world. You're talking about Colombia, Brazil. We can't go there anymore. Now, basically, anyone returning from any of these countries, which I would have been interested in, I certainly wouldn't mind a few months in Brazil, but it's off the menu right now. Anyone returning from these 33 red list countries will be forced to stay in a quarantine hotel in England, which will probably be around the Heathrow Airport area. That tends to be where people land from. And this quarantine hotel, it's not as if we have to search on the internet and book hotels privately. Our wonderful health secretary has, I say that in wonderful and a little bit of irony there, has given us up front the fee for 10 nights in this quarantine hotel around the Heathrow Airport area. And the fee is £1,750. That's for 10 nights. Now, that is 175 quid a night, okay? And basically, this 175 quid a night, 1,750 quid for 10 days quarantine, the government has booked 4,600 rooms across 16 hotels for those arriving from these red list countries. Passengers will have to book on an online platform before they travel. Now, the 1,750 quid fee also includes the cost of the antivirus testing and travel between an airport and their designated hotel. So it includes the cost of the hotel and the transport and the testing, yeah? It doesn't say anything, at least I haven't heard it. Does it include the food as well? Because presumably you will have to eat. And how about the drinking situation? We'll be able to have a beer or two in these hotels. I haven't seen any reports. Or maybe someone can tell me about this, because I didn't see any of those reports. What about eating and drinking? or is that included in the price? You know, I don't know, but basically, it's just getting worse. It's getting worse. You know, it's doom and gloom. It's not getting better at all. Okay, so passengers will only be able to enter the UK through a small number of ports that currently account for the vast majority of passenger arrivals. And I'm assuming that they're talking, you know, of Heathrow. When they arrive, they'll be escorted to a designated hotel, which will be closed to guests who aren't quarantining for 10 days or for longer if they test positive for the antivirus during their stay. The health secretary said that those placed in hotel quarantine will need to remain in their rooms and, of course, will not be allowed to mix with other guests. He added that there will be visible security in place to ensure compliance alongside necessary support. And here's another thing, is that doesn't sound bad enough. Okay, how about this? Now, people in the UK are a bit shocked by this. People in America and other countries will hear this and think, what? What? You cannot be serious, man. Okay, the Health Secretary, Mr. Hancock, warned that anyone who tries to conceal that they had been in the country on the red list in the 10 days before arriving in England would face a prison sentence of up to 10 years. Yes, you did hear right. This is the figure being bounded. 10 years. I don't think you'd even get that for murder, do you? You know, if you lie about being in these 33 red list countries, then you could face a prison sentence of up to 10 years. Well, you shouldn't lie anyway, but you also, you know, you shouldn't lie anyway, because lying is bad, you know, in any walk of life anyway. And you shouldn't be irresponsible. I suppose there are some irresponsible people around, but up to 10 years in prison? If you falsely put, you know, I wasn't there when you secretly know that you were. Now, what would people's motivation be for lying about that? Let's say that you've been traveling for a few months, and one of the countries you visited was a Latin American country like Colombia, okay? You come back and I'll leave that one out. You could get up to 10 years in prison for that? Really? Why would you lie anyway? I think the main reason that people would lie, and there's going to be a few cowboys out there who would lie. Well, the main reason that they would lie is because they don't fancy paying 1,750 quid for a 10-night quarantine hotel near Heathrow Airport. So yeah, they probably would lie for that reason. Yeah, I'm sure there probably would be some people who would try it on, and I think their motivation would be because they're trying to dodge that 1,750 quid. Well, it's all bizarre. It's all very, very bizarre. Also, you know, as well as all of this, there will be fines of up to £2,000 for those who fail to comply with the new testing requirements. The Health Secretary told the House of Commons. Oh my God Almighty! Now, anyway, people who watch this channel will be interested in Southeast Asia. Okay, countries like Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, those sorts of countries. By the way, whoever gave me that super chat, a big thank you to you. I didn't actually see who it was. The chat disappeared from my screen. But I believe, but thank you anyway, whoever that was. I really do appreciate that. Really do appreciate that. Oh, it was Samuel Hutchinson. Thank you, Samuel Hutchinson. Great to hear from you, mate. Anyway, I really appreciate that. Cheers. So what we talked about a moment ago. Lots of chat in there. So basically, it's doom and gloom across the board. It's not good news. You know, I'd like to be cheerful. I'd like to be cheerful, but you know, you can't be cheerful. At the end of the day, you have to be realistic. And if I come across as a miserable bastard, that is because the news is miserable. Never mind. In the second half of this live stream, we're going to do Roger and Dodger, and we're all gonna drink beer and eat pork pies and have a laugh and a joke. Okay, so stay tuned for that. Now, you may be interested in what are these 33 red list countries that they're talking about. These are the real hotspots that you want to avoid. Okay. So basically, it's African, some African, and I think almost all of Latin America countries. Now, the Latin American countries would have been the ones that I would be interested, because I've travelled around that part of the world before, and countries like Brazil, I would easily do a few months in Brazil. I love Brazil. I went for a month in Colombia. Fantastic. Quite gladly do it again, but they're out of the equation right now. They these are the 33 red list countries. There's Angola, which is Africa. Never been to that one. Argentina, which I thought was the most overrated, dullest of the South American countries that I visited. Bolivia, which is a terrific place. I love Bolivia. That's if you can stomach the altitude. Also in Latin America, some more African countries. Also in Latin America, Brazil. Okay. Now, trust me, a few weeks ago I was thinking, can I make it to Brazil? Because I would quite gladly go and spend a few months. I'd spend a lot longer in Brazil. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful country. Brazil is absolutely amazing. I've been there a couple of times. The last time was about 10 years ago, and I would gladly, gladly go there again. Plus the fact that the Brazilian real is very weak at the moment, so we would get good value for that. I was only thinking about this a couple of weeks ago. Started looking at a few things, doing a little bit of research. But no, Brazil is a no-no right now. That is one of the 33 red list countries. So there goes that idea. A few more African countries here. Colombia, okay? Now, Colombia is a country that's obviously that's had a very, very troubled past. I've traveled through Colombia. It's a beautiful country, absolutely stunning. Some great people there, and I was there. I was in Colombia for about a month at the end of my Latin American journey, and I was a little bit worn out, so I probably didn't do as much there as what I should have done. But Colombia is definitely a place that I'd love to visit. You know, a subscriber to this channel is in Colombia at the moment. He says he's having a great time, but he's American, and Americans can go to places like that, whereas us Brits, we can't do that. You know, it's a different kettle of fish right now. So Colombia is off the menu. Let's see, a couple more countries. Ecuador. We're not allowed to go to Ecuador. I went to Ecuador. Beautiful place. They do have some rather obese freelance ladies there. You know what I mean? If you like, you know, you like the rather large ladies, they've got plenty of them in Ecuador as well. Ecuador, okay. It's a country that we can't go to. And I can honestly say, I've never even heard of this place before. This is a brand new one on me. Eswatini. Eswatini. No, INI. Eswatini. I've never bloody heard of it. Where the hell's that? Did someone make that country? Did he have a coup last week and retitle the name? Never heard of it. We can't go there anyway. Some couple of other countries here. Some of these African countries, people are saying that are well worth a visit, but now they've appeared on this red list where it's a no-no. Malawi, Mauritius, Mozambique, other countries that we can't go to. Well, Panama. I've been to the Central American country, but I never made it to that one, and I would have been interested in that. But no, that's a no-no. Peru. Peru is a no-no. Peru's a magnificent country. You know, I wouldn't mind some of these countries, but no, they're all a big no-no now. South Africa, of course, which is one of the strains of the variants of the strain is coming from. Tanzania, Venezuela, Zimbabwe. So basically, the 33 red list countries that us Brits will get into serious shite if we even attempt to go there and attempt to come back. This is the list of it. They're basically some African, but mainly Latin American countries. Now, I notice that one country that isn't there on the Latin American country, it's not actually part of the South American continent, but it is a wonderful country called Cuba. And I went to Cuba about 18 years ago, something like that, 20 years ago, something around about that time. And Cuba, I've heard of a few people going to Cuba in recent times. So, you know, I want to travel. When am I going to go? I don't know. The net's closing in. I can't go nowhere. I can't go to the bloody toilet without having to have a swab or some kind of an anti-virus test. You know what I mean? Let's have a look at the chat. See who's fallen asleep now or who's hung themselves. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, Mexico. Okay, now I didn't see Mexico on that list, so us Brits could go, but it's actually illegal. It's illegal for us Brits to go on holiday. That's actually the way it is right now. Have you ever heard anything so bizarre? Mexico is only, but I don't know. Americans go to a Mexico or Colombia, and they're probably well worth a visit. I've been to both those countries, and they're probably well worth a visit. But it's quite easy to get there from America. It's not so easy to get there from the UK, especially with the current lockdown situation. And it's all the other rubbish that goes with it. The idea you've got to have a test, a swab within no older than 72 hours before you. It's too much hassle right now. It's too much hassle. Okay, somebody mentioned Cuba there, Yogi Bear, Cuba. I tell you what, I went there for a couple of weeks many years ago, and I love Cuba. And I wasn't really a very experienced traveler at the time, and I tried to do too much in a limited time in Cuba, really. And I come back a little bit gutted, but simply because I didn't manage to do enough the things that I plan to do in a limited time. But I always swore I'll go back there again one of these days, give myself a lot more time and really explore the place. And you know what? At this moment in time, if the green light was there, I would be off to Cuba. I'd be traveling around Cuba, and I would love to go there. I would really, really love to spend a lot of time. I'd rather go to Cuba than many other popular countries. Like I'd rather go there than go to Mexico because Cuba is a much more colourful, more characterful place. I'd rather go to Cuba than go to Peru. Uh, but Cuba is not on this red list right now. But this red list, I don't know, your guess is as good as mine. But I think it's 33 countries in that red list now. What it doesn't include is Southeast Asian countries like Thailand, Cambodia. It doesn't include any of those countries. So it is still possible to get to those places, except right now we can't, us Brits can't fly anywhere. So, Coco Rose, thank you for that comment. Kip's guitar, the bar girls in Afghanistan are great, are they? Are they? I'll take your word for it, mate. Mark Hughes, Brazil and Colombia sound very appealing. Should that open up before Asia, then I think that's where we'll be. And I'd go to either of those. But at this moment in time, if I could, I'd pack my bags and I'd be off to Colombia or Brazil. But, we can't go to anywhere. Not only is it going to be a big hassle getting there, but on the way back, would you fancy spending 10 days in the bloody Heathrow Airport hotel? 1,750 quid, whatever. Graham Johnson, Edward, why is that a poor pie that it was okay to export into the EU is now prohibited since the 1st of January because of a. I've seen something about that. Apparently, somebody was filming Belgium, and apparently Belgium, they can't get. Uh, excuse me, that's just a sneeze. It's not more than that. I've heard that they're going to suffer. I've got pork pies anyway, even if the Belgians haven't. Uh, Rabbit travels. They're actually sort of on COVID test for your ass. Okay, you leave my ass out of it, mate. Okay, my ass is my business. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that. I heard about another live stream that was going about a swab that he had, right up his nose. Jesus, it's bloody awful. It's bloody awful. In UK, it's all a damn squib. Absolutely, it's a damn squib. Okay. Rizzo Blitzo, Scotland. Do you know something? I've never ever been to Scotland in my life, and I know this sounds really crass, but I would love to go there. I love landscapes, I love castles, I love lakes, I love locks or whatever you call them. I'd love to see all that. I just never ever get round to it. I go to hot countries. I like going to countries where you walk around in shorts and t-shirts. I mean, right now I'm in the south of England. It's bloody freezing here. God knows what it's like in Scotland. But I don't know. Got to think of something. Simon Wilcox, Eddie Cuba is in North America. Yeah, well, I was thinking of it as Caribbean, but yeah, you're probably right. Okay, and Nomad Overseas, thank you. Bill Colley, go to South America for 4 months. The heat will be, by the time you get back. Bill, I'd love to go to South America, and I would do, but we can't. We can't go there. Yeah, absolutely. We're in hotels, okay. PAL 50, yeah, absolutely. PAL 555. The social club is still closed. Can't even get a 30 stoner. I mean, that's it. I mean, if I really was to, to do what normal guys do my age and head down to the social club and try and get, big fat Nessie or Stella or whatever the name is, we can't even go there. It's knackered. Okay, listen, we're almost half an hour now. Caesar, what's an antivirus, please? Well, my antivirus, right? Okay, an antivirus is because I don't want to use words on the YouTube, which they'll pick up. I don't know what the YouTubers use them and whatever, but yeah, I don't want to be using those words. The Maxine or the antivirus. So I use a sort of rhyme and slang. Okay, Jamaica wasn't on that list. Hey, that'll be it. But we can't go anywhere. No, let's see. This is the month of February. Now, maybe in a month or two, maybe they may relax the airports. And some of these countries that are not on this list right now, we may be able to go. But right now, we can't go anywhere. I'm in the UK. We can't really go anywhere. It's illegal to leave the country. Personally, I've got to get travelling, otherwise I'll go crazy. This is the first winter in 20 years that I've been stuck in the UK, and I am seriously down in the dumps because of it. I need to get, I've got food on the table, I've got a roof over my head, I've got money in my pocket, but I really, really, really need to go travelling. This evening, I was watching a few YouTube videos from people who are in Thailand or other places, and I watched some great, videos, and I thought, I should be out there doing that. I should, what the hell am I in this situation for? I should be there doing that. But I don't know, it's just not happening right now. Jamaica, I've never been to Jamaica. Dickie Bay Havana is fantastic. Yeah, it's terrific. Absolutely tons of character. It's a bit intimidating at first because you get hassled left, right, and centre from all kinds of people. But Havana is I had a bloody good time in Havana. Really, really did. Always said that I'm going to return there again. Metal Hamster, India. Has anyone heard anything about India in recent times? I haven't heard anything, other than the fact that you had a dreadful natural disaster there quite recently, and I hope they're all right. Paul Paul Hoskin, use a virtual reality headset and visit a soapy massage. Sounds good. Sounds like a good idea. It probably works out cheaper that way. Casablanca, that's in Morocco. Uh, okay, India is closed. Everywhere's closed. Everywhere's closed. Yeah, Jesus Christ! Before long, Asda will be closed. I won't be able to get any beer. So what else is there to talk about? Listen, nothing's getting any better right now. Okay, let me let me have a little look at this. A little bit more doom and gloom before we start getting into the light-hearted stuff, okay? Will the UK close its borders? Right. Now, the thing is, we've been saying for the last year that Australia and, and New Zealand are totally draconian. We were surprised, shocked even, at how draconian they proved to be. And yet now people in this country are saying that we should have done that. We should have done what they've been doing for the last year. It's just over 10 months since I arrived back at Heathrow Airport, right at the end of March last year, after being almost stranded in Thailand. And when I arrived back at Heathrow Airport, I didn't know what was waiting for me when I got off that plane. I didn't know whether, there'd be some people with bloody plastic, protection suits on would be ushering me towards some vehicle where I'd be, bussed off to some hotel. So I didn't know what was going to happen. And when I got back at Heathrow Airport, the worst thing that happened to me is the fact that I couldn't get a cup of coffee anywhere. All the coffee shops were all closed. I was wandering around for hours looking to see if there was a Costa coffee or anything that would be open. Absolutely nothing. Never seen Heathrow Airport like it. But the fact is that I didn't have to wear a mask. I could wander around freely. Nobody stopped me or whatever. Nobody said, go and stand over in that corner in case you've got something. But so people have been arriving at Heathrow Airport very, very freely without a problem. But apparently our government is realising now that this has been the problem all along. Really, we should have closed, we should have done what Australia done. Okay. Graham Johnson, Cuba is not in North America, it's in the Caribbean. Well, whatever it is, it's bloody good, and I wouldn't mind going there again. No, Cuba is not on that red list at this moment, so it's still a possibility when things start getting a bit more relaxed, if they get more relaxed, but it's not looking good right now. I would love to spend a few months in Cuba. I would enjoy myself then. I would love to bring some videos from there, but you know, it's not happening right now. And I think these 33 red list countries, I think it's going to increase. It doesn't affect people come from Thailand or whatever, but it's only a matter of time. You never know what's coming next with all of this. You really, really don't know what's coming next. Let's see. Skegness is open. Yeah, sounds exciting. Exotic destination. Let's have a little look. Hot Bananas, Rio de Janeiro, bloody good place, magnificent, magnificent. But we can't go there. Okay. David May, did I ever make homemade cider? No, I used to drink a lot of cider. I don't drink much of it nowadays. Okay. So we've done a bit of doom and gloom. I don't like doing doom and gloom. I really, really don't like it. But there's nothing good to report now. And I look at YouTube videos and I see the names of people who comment on YouTube videos, not just mine, but other people's. And people are getting really seriously down in the dumps right now. I mean, people, this is the time of year when people who work all year round think, I should be out in Thailand right now. I should be in Cambodia or whatever, walking around in shorts and t-shirts and having a dirty massage. You know what I mean? It's not happening. People are getting frustrated right now. But at the end of the day, we've still got each other, you know, and we're going to be miserable, then we may as well be miserable together. We're all in the same boat, okay? We're all in the same boat. Now, let me see. Let me see. Little look through the chat here. There's a lot of chat that I've missed here. Protectors of soy 6. It's not going to get any better till the people are. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah. We're all entitled to our opinion. Harold Better, what sort of mask do you use? I use the Mask of Zorro. I have a black mask with a black hat, and I walk around with my cape and a sword. I am the Mask of Zorro. That's the one that I use. No wonder the bloody police are after me. Okay, let me see now. Lol, you can't shut down that. Okay, Australians being prisoners. This is it, Mr. Meldronux. Australians have been prisoners since March 2020. Yeah, maybe you can say it that way. But the very people in this country who are criticising the Australian government for being too heavy-handed are now holding them up as a shining example. And they're saying that if we'd have done that, we wouldn't be in the shite that we're in right now. You know. Okay, tons of this. I'll tell you what I'm going to do now. I'm going to grab another beer, and I'm going to disappear from him. I'm going to grab a beer, grab a few pork pies, and then we'll go into the light-hearted stuff. Okay, see you in a minute. Oh, look what we've got here. Look what we've got here. Pork pies, yes. And the great old reliable, can't beat it, speckled hen. Okay? Pork pies and speckled hen. Life ain't all bad. Okay, here we go. Let's get this show on the road. Thank you for that super chat, whoever that was. I'll have a look in a minute. Thank you for that. Okay, 513 people in the chat. 100 thumbs up. Let's have a little look. Who was there? Let's see. Yeah, somebody mentioned that squeaky door. That squeaky door of mine has become a little bit of a minor celebrity in its own right. A number of people like mention, I love that moment in your live stream when we hear the squeaky door. It's become a little bit of a celebrity, that squeaky door. Okay, I may introduce you to the squeaky door one of these days. Okay, I'm gonna have a pork pie. Jesus, I have a pork pie. Okay, just one. I've got these are Roger Moore pork pie. When I say Roger Moore, he liked them with tomato sauce. Lovely God. Okay. Theresa May, Roger. Okay, Roger or Dodgers coming up soon, okay? A little bit of pork pie there. 519 people in the chat. There was only 100 thumbs up a few minutes ago. Now it's 124. I'm sure that those 24 have come from my pork pies. Thank you, anyone who's given a thumbs up. Okay. Little bit of speckled ham, and then we're going to have a bit of light relief, okay? Let's see, what have we got? Phil Roberts keeps coming to the pork pies this way and they'll have to buy 2 seats on a plane. And travel eventually. Yeah, you're probably right there, mate. Simon, okay. Let's see, Paul Conlon, thank you for that comment, coming up soon. Pork pie is an English thing. Is it like cold sausage rolls? I don't eat cold sausage rolls. I always have them hot, but pork pies, I always have them cold because I just don't do them hot at all. It's just the perfect cold smack to have, like, lovely stuff. Anyway, speckled hen. Oh, magnificent. Okay, now let's get this show on the road, okay? Oh, it's up to below 500. Where have you all gone? Come on, come back. What do we got here? Okay, Okay, right. Now, last week, I premiered on the Steady Eddie. We've done all the doom and gloom stuff, so let's have a little bit of light relief. Last week on the show, I created a little game which we played for the very, very, very first time, okay? It's not relevant to travel or anything, but in these miserable times, we need a little bit of cheering up. So let's stop being so miserable, look on the bright side of life, eat a couple of pork pies, drink a pint of speckled hen, and think that life isn't all bad anyway, okay? Well, this game that I created, I premiered it last week, and I went down like the band on the Titanic. No, I'm just kidding. It was quite popular. Some people liked it. This game is called Roger or Dodger. Okay? Right. Now, I premiered this last week, and it went down quite well. Now, the premise of Roger or Dodger, let me just explain for those who missed last week. The premise of Roger or Dodger is that basically what it is, excuse me. The premise of Roger or Dodger is that this fat, ugly old bastard who has clearly got an alcohol problem and hasn't had a decent bit of rumpy-pumpy since Margaret Thatcher was Prime Minister, or at least it seems that long ago, sits in a chair on a Wednesday night, eats pork pies, talks bollocks, drinks unhealthily, lovely stuff, and basically, shows pictures of beautiful, famous women and some not so beautiful, and pauses opinions of them. And the big question is, as that wonderful Mr. Shakespeare may well have put in his own way, to Roger or to Dodger? That is the question, okay? What it means is that if I show you a picture of a famous woman and you think, whoa, she's tasty, yeah, love her, I'd love to give her a good Rogering, then you say, Roger. Whereas if I show you a not so tasty one, you think, oh, God, no, you can keep that. I wouldn't touch her with yours. Then you say, I'll dodge it. I'll dodge that one, okay? So this is the premise of Roger or Dodger. So anyway, let's get on with it. Let me see. What is the first one on the list tonight? What is the first one on the list? And the first one, the first candidate tonight is the gorgeous, lovely, jubbly, very, very famous singer who goes by the very strange name of Beyonce. Yes, Beyonce. Oh, my God almighty. Okay, Beyonce. And the question is, would you Roger or Dodger? Okay, what have we got now? What have we got now? A mixed reaction. I don't know why. She's absolutely beautiful. Jesus Christ, look at it. No, I don't know too much about Beyonce. I like, popular music, and there's a lot of great singers that have come about in recent years. But I seem to have missed this one. I think maybe Beyonce became very, very famous at a time when I didn't pay much attention to social media in general. I think I was working so many hours over a period of time there. I missed what was going on in politics and media and music and movies. And people mention names of movie stars that have popped up in the last 15 years or so, and I never even heard of them. But anyway, there's another picture of Beyonce. Just look at her. Can you see that one there? Oh, lovely, gorgeous, beautiful. Lovely woman. Now, I don't know much about her music, but she's a gorgeous woman. And, all I know about her is that, I wouldn't mind giving her a bloody good Rogering. So what do you think of Beyonce? Roger. I think the Rogers have it. Beyonce is a beautiful woman. She's a beautiful singer. One of the problems that I have heard of Beyonce is that a lot of her songs sound to me like they've been made up in about 10 seconds. I've heard some of these songs on the radio and I thought, it's like as if someone's thought of a song and thought the beat of, in 10 seconds and then just stuck with it. And it's another one who was like that was Prince. And no, I wouldn't like to Roger or Dodger him at all. But Prince was like that. I always thought Prince's music, it sounds like he's made those songs up in 10 seconds. And then once he's made, the hook, that he's just stuck with it. You know what I mean? But Beyonce, I like other singers, but I don't really know too much about Beyonce's music. But she's a gorgeous woman, absolutely beautiful. Let's see. Bit of a mixed reaction there. With Beyonce. Oh no! Don't say that. Don't say that, David Wilson. She's lovely. She's a beautiful, gorgeous woman. She is a beautiful, gorgeous woman. Another little. What are you doing, you nerd? You idiot! You bloody drunken idiot! Okay, another little look at Beyonce. God, look at her. She's beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. We done a letter A last week, by the way, so I'm doing this in alphabetical order. Beyonce. One more glance at her. One more glance at Beyonce. Just look at that beautiful woman. Very, very famous, even though I'm not really that familiar with their music or anything. Very famous. And she would definitely get a Roger from me. That is a Roger from me. Beyonce, gorgeous woman, okay? Someone said high maintenance. Some long Sergio Rodriguez got long legs. She has got long legs. She's beautiful, lovely stuff. Okay. Someone said they'd have Roger Margaret Thatcher back in the day. Okay. Oh, well, there's no accounting for taste, is there? But Booty Delicious Roger. Okay, Roger. Okay. Now what have we got? KC, a bloody good Roger and lol. Yeah, okay, fine. Roger, oh, getting a bit vulgar there. Getting a bit vulgar. Be tasteful. Be tasteful, please. Okay. Now, the next one on the Roger or Dodger list is, let me see now, what have we got now? What have we got now? The next one on the list is, and somebody actually suggested this in the comments, I should, do this one. An acquired taste, this one. An acquired taste. Very, very extremely talented and extremely famous and successful woman. Is she really, really, really? Is she really Rogerable? It is the one and only Barbara Streisand. Barbara Streisand. Somebody suggested that I included her in the Roger or Dodger section. Okay, I've got to be careful with some of these images because they may well be copyrighted. But Barbara Streisand, Roger or Dodger. Okay, let's see what people are saying. Okay. Graham Johnson, Betty. Let's see. Okay, come on. So somebody mentioned Barbara Streisand. Okay, somebody mentioned Barbara Streisand. Okay, can't see it. Oh, the chat really has gone crazy. Okay, Dodger, yeah, David, yeah, Nigel Johnson, Dodger. I think maybe the Dodgers have it. The Dodgers have it for this one. What it is with Barbara Streisand, she's, you either love her or hate her, but she's an extremely, and I mean extremely talented woman, extremely talented. She's an amazing comic actress. What was that movie I seen? The Owl and the Pussycat. She was bloody brilliant in that one. Check that movie out with George. That was really, really funny film. Very, very talented actors, either serious or comedy. Now, as for the singing, she sold millions and millions of records. Not particularly my taste, but even if you don't like her or you don't like her personality, you have to admit that she's an extremely talented woman. But very talented and very, very successful. She's an icon. She's, oh God. But is she really Rogerable? I mean, I like Barbara Streisand personally. I would watch a lot of her movies and I would appreciate that she is a megastar and all the rest of it. But, is she really, really, really? Is she really somebody you look at and say, geez, I'd love to Roger there? Would you? I've never actually looked at her in that way. Pat Conlon, she is lovely. No. Oh, I think the Rogers have it. A few. Let's see. Okay. Oh, no, I think the Dodgers have it for this one. I think the Dodgers have it for this one. I don't want to have to be. Okay, Roger or Dodger. I love Barbara Streisand, but I love her for other reasons, okay, for other reasons. I think when it comes to get lost. So Facebook is messaging me and giving me all kinds of strange things. I don't know what the reason is for that. Okay, so Barbara Streisand, I'd have to give it a Dodger personally, even though I like it, okay? I don't like it in that sort of way. So let's go on to the third one, okay? The third one on the list. And the third one is another icon, very, very funny lady, extremely funny lady. And this is the iconic, we account for all tastes on this show, by the way. This is the iconic, can you see it? The iconic Bette Midler, okay? So, Bette Midler, Roger or Dodger? Roger or Dodger, Bette Midler, okay? Be interesting to see what the let's say, okay, let's say somebody mentioned so that I can say it. Are we talking about Barbara Streisand or Barbara Roger? Geez, there's some comments coming in. This Roger or Dodger has certainly stirred up. So I think the consensus is, I'm seeing a lot of Dodgers here. I'm seeing a lot of Dodgers here for Bette Midler. I like Bette Midler. Bette Midler is funny. She's a naturally funny, talented woman. Now, the reason I mentioned Bette Midler is that I think anyone who's had past girlfriends, at some point in your life, you have probably had a Bette Midler. I'm talking about, a bed is really quite crazy and, difficult to control and, it makes light of the most serious situations. And Jesus Christ, you never know what you're going to say next in public, and it's a bit crazy, but it's always funny. It sees the most funny things in the most serious of situations. And Bette Midler is such a funny, funny person. She's a funny person. She's very iconic. She's very iconic. Let's see. Bette Midler. Nobody looks like Bette Midler, but I have met a lot of girls who sort of, have that kind of style. And I think she's funny. She's a laugh. She's a laugh. At the end of the day, she may not be the most glamorous bird ever, but sometimes you want a good laugh at the girl, and she is funny. I always remember when she was on the Parkinson show many, many, many years ago, probably the late 70s, when people in Britain didn't really know who she was. But she came on the Parkinson show, and she was just so funny. She was just so irreverent. I remember one of her wonderful lines was, she's well known for wearing low cut tops, and well known for wearing low cut tops. And Parkinson said to her, "Do you think part of your act is to titillate people?" And Bette Midler replied, "Titillate, titillate." Sounds like your tits have flown in a day too late. That's Bette Midler. That is Bette Midler. She's a bloody good laugh. She's a bloody good laugh, okay? Sometimes you simply want a woman who is a bloody good laugh. Not all the time. A lot of the time they can drive you crazy. I've met girls like that who can, drive you crazy, but then later you look back and see the funny side of it. And whatever anyone thinks, whatever anyone thinks, Bette Midler would get a Roger from me. I'd Roger that, simply because she'd be a bloody good laugh. And we all need a good laugh now and again, okay? Okay, so what else have we got? Tampa guy. No, well, she looks like Gene Wilder. She makes maybe related to the Waco Kid. Imagine Bette Midler, saying, "But I shoot with this one." Okay. Igor, get the bags. Okay. You take the blonde, I'll have the one in the turban. Okay. All right, Bette Midler. Okay, so Bette Midler didn't go down well with everybody, but I like her. Now, who else have we got? Come on, where are you? You're in there somewhere. Don't tell me I've missed out on this one. Let's see. We've got. Let's see. The next one on the list is. I've missed one, haven't I? I've missed a very, very famous one, haven't I? I missed a very famous one I was planning. Now, how about this one? Ernest Connell. Yeah, I was actually planning, but I didn't do the pictures of it for some reason. I can't see them anywhere here. You idiot. I actually missed out on Bo Derek. I was actually planning on Bo Derek. It was actually a clear Roger from it. We'll do Bo Derek next week, okay? We'll do Bo Derek next week. Bo Derek is a absolute Roger. So what we got to do now? We've got to go straight onto the C's. Okay. Now this one here. Okay. Let's see this one here. How about this? She's a very, very famous lady. This one. Very famous lady. What would you think? This lady is known simply as. Can you see her? It's Cher. Okay. Now, what do you think of Cher? Roger or Dodger? Okay. Here's another picture of her. Oh, there you go. Another picture of Cher there. Jesus Christ, looks something like the bloody Rocky Horror Picture Show. I don't think she'd need any makeup for that one. Okay, now Cher was once described. I heard one host. She was on some kind of award show, whatever it was, and this host introduced it. It was one of the hottest words in show business. Cher. Now, I don't know. It's not for me. I mean, how much plastic surgery can you have? I mean, I know she's been around for donkey's years, and I like some of her songs, but for Christ's sake, I mean, how much plastic surgery? She's probably had so many facelifts that her fanny is somewhere around her armpit by now. I mean, for Christ's sake, could you touch a woman like that? I mean, would you want to? I mean, Jesus Christ! I mean, nothing seems to be where it should be. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Dodgers are coming in. Cher, 1970s. She's done some great songs, but Taxi till everything about her is fake. She's a great artist and a great singer, and I actually do like a lot of her songs. But who does Cher appeal to exactly? Who does she appeal to? I think she really. I'm right in saying her fan club is probably women, like Cher because she's such an icon, and she's such an icon, and they want to see what dresses she wears and all that. But it's not my kind of woman. I mean, Jesus, I've seen her on TV, and she comes across as not even a likable person. I'm sure she probably is a very likable person, but on the TV interviews I've seen, the problem with Cher is that she reminds you of somebody that you will have known in the past. Somebody you thought, oh, she's a miserable coward. I don't like her. She probably reminds you of somewhere like that. And I don't know. I mean, some guys may like, who actually loves Cher, who loves the way that she looks. I've seen the Dodgers. Yeah, I've seen all. Somebody said Roger there. Somebody said Roger, but I think the consensus is that this is a Dodger. This is a Dodger. Simon Bridges, will you please show a woman under 80, please? Okay. Jeez, it won't be long before I'm hitting 80. Not that far away. That's if I live that long. Okay. No, I think Cher is in terms of like plasticity and obviously plastic surgery and their falseness and whatever. She's like an abomination of woman. I mean, in fact, I'd even go as far as to say an abomination of abominations. Not my kind of woman at all. I mean, I'm sure I've actually heard a lot of people say, "Oh, she's a gorgeous woman." This, that, and the other. Not for me. Not for me. I think I would definitely, unequivocally, I would dodge that one. Definitely dodge that one. No, not for me. Okay. Somebody says you like Cher. Made you dodge it. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Okay. There we go. So a little bit of a drink of the speckles. And how are we doing up to now? Yeah, Asian Paradise. Sonny looks better and he's dead. She's done some good songs in the 60s and early 70s, Gypsies, Tramps and Thieves and all that kind of stuff. And she's done some great stuff when she made a comeback later on. But I just don't, I can't really see how anyone, each to their own, each to their own. You either find somebody hot and sexy or you don't. And I just don't fancy it. Okay, what have we got next? Okay. Who's next? Mother Teresa. Now, this is somebody, this next one is someone who will, I think American people will be more familiar with this one. This one who was quite well known in the 1990s. This is, I'll tell you what, can you tell me who this is? Can you? Because this actually surprised me. Who is that? Who is that there? Anyone know? Looks good. She looks good. Come on, have a look at the so yeah, the real deal Holyfield, Courtney Love, okay, Roger, right, Roger Dodger, Roger Dodger, Roger Dodger, okay, she's a Roger, okay, that is indeed Courtney Love. Now, what do I know about Courtney Love? Courtney Love, there's a probably more obvious picture of her, okay, so it's a grungy sort of stuff. Now, she was part of the grunge scene of the 1990s, okay? She was married to that Kurt Cobain fellow who just died, okay? We don't want to talk about that anyway. He was only 27 years old. But Courtney Love had her own band called Hole. And now I heard of a couple of songs by this band called Hole, and I thought they were bloody dreadful. Not my scene at all. Now, let me talk a little bit about grunge. No, I love the classic rock, Deep Purple, all the classic rock bands, all that sort of stuff. But this stuff that came out in the 1990s, I'm not so sure to what extent it caught on in England and other countries. It was absolutely huge in America. But the thing about grunge is that the only good thing I will say about it is that it was appropriately named. When you think of the word grunge, you think of something that's muddy and murky and unpleasant and slimy and muddy and murky and grungy. So at least it had a good name. That, you know, it described what it was, because that's exactly the way the music seemed to me. I thought, what the hell is that? That's not the classic rock music that I know. There were some good bands around in that grungy area. I like a band called Alice in Chains very much. I like them, but a lot of the other grungy stuff, not for me. Here's another picture of Courtney Love, by the way. Where are we there? Now, there's another picture. Now, one thing I will say about Courtney Love is there's not too many tattoos there. And, you know, she's actually a good-looking girl. She's actually a good-looking girl. And she's older than what I thought. When she was known in the 1990s, I thought she was around about 20, but she's more like 30 then. She's actually, I think at this moment in time, she's actually about 56 years old. So, you know, so anyway, what do you think? You've heard of my opinion of grunge and Courtney Love and all of that. But what is your opinion? I think this consensus is Dodger, okay? I think the consensus is Dodger. Tampa Guy, terrible music. Well, I heard that band's Hole, and I thought they were bloody awful. But I must admit, I'm going to show you that picture of her once more. And she actually looks, on these pictures, she looks a lot more natural and a lot better looking than what I seem to recall. And there you go, look at her there. She is actually a damn good looking girl. You know, she's a damn good looking girl. And I don't know too much about her, but you know what? She'd actually get a Roger from me, okay? This old fat ugly bastard who's sitting around on a Wednesday night in England drinking Speckled Hen and all that is thinking about, you know, Roger and Courtney Love. I mean, for Christ's sake, where else would you get this on a Wednesday night in February? So, let's see. Carl Foster, she is a clunge, grunge sponge, okay? Very nicely put. K-Pax, dirty, minge. Oh, no, we don't want to go into all of that. Loved a little grunge. I like the classic rock music. I like Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, all the classic rock stuff. But when that grunge stuff come along, the only bloody appropriate thing was the name of it. I couldn't get into that at all. Let's see. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Anything else? What else have we got here? Let me see. What else have we got? Okay. Now, what we're going to do now, let me see. Where are we? Okay. Okay, so we covered Barbara Streisand, Cher, and all that kind of stuff. So, last, okay? I have saved the breast for last, okay? Yeah, I've saved the breast for last, okay? What we're going to do now, right now, a little bit more Speckled Hen. So I'm going to wrap this up now. It's gone a long time. I'm bloody pissed off because I planned on including Bo Derek, but I never got around to getting the photos of Bo Derek for this thing. Oh, Jesus Christ, what am I like? Okay, let's put those porky pies over there. I'll eat those later. Yes. Now, last, I've saved the breast for last. There's back over 400 in the chat, okay? Thank you for those super chats, by the way, whoever it was. 178 thumbs up. I've saved the breast for last, okay? Now, in paying tribute to the last one on my list this evening, yes, I'm going to pour myself a drink. I'm going to pour myself a drink because the last on my list is, as far as I'm concerned, synonymous with this beautiful, beautiful drink, and it is Lamb's Navy Rum. The clue is there, okay? The clue is there, okay? The clue is there. Who is synonymous with Lamb's Navy Rum? I'm going to pour myself a nice, healthy glass of this. I've given up on ice cubes and all this kind of stuff. There you go. Oh, lovely, lovely Lamb's Navy Rum. Who's this? No one's got it up to now. Nobody's got the right answer. It was synonymous with Lamb's Navy rum. Lorraine Chase, close, but I think the last time I seen her, she was at Luton Airport, wasn't she? Mm. That is a beautiful Lamb's Navy rum. In terms of rum, that is my favourite. Okay, I'm going to put you out of misery. Synonymous with Lamb's Navy rum, and I haven't got a picture of her actually advertising Lamb's Navy rum because she is so because because it could be advertising. But this is a picture of this beautiful, stunning, absolutely beautiful lady here. That is a picture of her from a movie called The Spy Who Loved Me. Yes. Oh my God, what a handsome pair. I'm talking about Roger Moore and Caroline Munro. Yeah, okay. In case you think in case your smutty minds are working all overtime. There she is again. Oh my God, what a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous woman that is. That is a beautiful woman. That is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful woman. Okay. And that would definitely get a Roger from me. So Caroline Munro, she was an actress from the 60s and 70s and a model. I seem to go when I was a kid. She was on the Lamb's Navy rum adverts all over the place. But apparently she was in quite a lot of Hammer horror movies. I've seen a few of them, but I'll have to check out a few more. But anyway, what do you think of Caroline Munro? No more old ladies. Okay, come on, okay, here we go. We got to Caroline Munro. Roger on the lamb. Roger. Okay. Okay, Roger. Absolutely. Not Carol Munro, Caroline Munro. Okay. Roger. Keep smiling, says Roger. Absolutely. The Rogers are coming in. The Rogers are coming in. The man with the gold gun, bomb gun. I'm sure he's just changed his name. Okay, Roger. Caroline Munro. Like I say, I first seen her in the 1970s when I was a kid. She was always there. There was actually, I checked it out. There was tons and tons of variants and of the Lamb's Navy rum advert with Caroline Munro. She was the genuine poster girl, but I didn't realise at the time she'd been around for quite a few years before that and since. But I think the most well-known movie that she was in was actually the James Bond movie of The Spy Who Loved Me. Now, James Bond movies were going through a little bit of a negative time, but when The Spy Who Loves Me came out, 1977, big budget. It really was one of the best Bond movies for years, a bit over the top. But Caroline Munro played a very, very memorable role in that. She was basically a villain, and there's this massive, over-the-top car chase, helicopter chase, whatever, in which she plays the helicopter pilot, and she's, firing a machine gun, and she is absolutely stunning in that movie. She's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to show you another picture of Caroline Munro here. Just refresh your memory with that one where she was in that James Bond movies. It was one of the best James Bond movies. And there she is again with old Roger the Dodger. There she is again with Roger the Dodger. She was a gorgeous woman. No tattoos. That's what women should look like. That's what they look like in those days. No tattoos, okay? But what it is, this over-the-top car chase, huge set piece. She plays the helicopter pilot who's trying to kill James Bond, and he ends up going in the what is it? Is it what kind of car is he driving? Is it? Oh, geez, I can't remember what kind of car he's driving. A Lotus, yeah. But he goes underground in his Lotus, and I hate that bit of the movie when after she's tried to kill him in a helicopter and with a machine gun, he then very, very casually fires a rocket out of the water to blow Caroline Munro in a helicopter out of the sky. And I hate that moment in the movie. I think, Jesus Christ, Roger, how could you possibly blow Caroline Munro out of the sky like that? I mean, Jesus Christ, you could at least have given her a good Rogering first. I mean, Jesus Christ, he doesn't get the chance to Roger her. You know what I mean? Well, I'd Roger Caroline Munro. I'd Roger her and a whole lot more. I'd Roger her and more, I would. Anyway, so what do you think of Caroline Munro? What do you think of Caroline Munro? Asian Paradise, no woman should have a tattoo. I wholeheartedly agree with you. Let's see. I think the Rogers, the Rogers are really, really, really. The Rogers are really piling up now. I think the Rogers are piling up. Okay, couple more. Another picture of Caroline Monroe. Okay, she's gorgeous. Was so natural, and oh my God, beautiful woman. Just look at her there. Just look at her there. She's definitely my Roger of the night. She is. Jesus Christ, absolutely gorgeous. That's what women should. Women were so natural. I mean, nowadays women are an abomination of themselves, aren't they? They are an abomination. Bloody tattoos, silicon, plastic surgery all over the place. It's shaven havens. I mean, for Christ's sake, a man likes a nice hairy bush. Somebody can run his fingers there. You know what I mean. What's happened to women? Why do women want to look like men? Women should look like Caroline Monroe. That's what it is. Another picture of Caroline Monroe. Oh, God, oh no, she's in a bikini there. There's a very, oh my God, that's a very suggestive, very, very beautiful bikini pose there. I think I'll save that one for myself. I'll sort of, I'll save that one for later after this live stream is finished. Okay, Caroline Monroe, absolutely, unequivocally, Caroline Monroe. Beautiful woman, beautiful model, lovely actress, absolutely sensational, the embodiment of real woman. I would Roger that and a whole lot more. Absolutely, genuinely, unequivocally, she gets my vote of the night. Caroline Monroe and the Lamb's Navy rum. I'm going to raise a glass of Lamb's Navy rum to Caroline Monroe, okay? I love her. My God almighty, when I was a kid looking at the Lamb's Navy posters, I thought, my God, that's the kind of woman I want to end up with, okay? I didn't, but I can dream, can't I? I can dream. So what have we got now? We've been on for an hour and 16 minutes. David, okay, David, number 23, she was a mate of my grands, okay? She's probably a very down-to-earth person. Probably a very down-to-earth person, okay? So what we've done tonight, anyway, I've been on for an hour and 17 minutes. There's 199 thumbs up. Some nice super chats. I've waffled on. I've been miserable in the first half of this live stream simply because the whole current situation is bloody miserable. Like, I'll reiterate what I said earlier. I know there are some people who think, oh God, not more bad news, not more doom and gloom. But at the end of the day, you've got to be realistic. This is a shite situation that we are in right now, especially in the UK. We seem to have it worse than a lot of other places. We can't leave the country. The bizarre facts are at this moment in time in the United Kingdom, it's illegal to go on holiday. You couldn't make it up, could you? It's illegal to go on holiday. There's 33 countries on the red list. Some countries that I would love to have gone to, like Brazil or Colombia, but which you would have to undergo not only the hassle of going there, but also the horrendous humiliation and expense and everything of having to quarantine for 1,750 quid on the way back. And no one's actually told me whether that includes food yet. I'm not even sure that includes the food. It's a terrible, dreadful situation, but it's a dreadful situation, and it's not getting better anytime soon. But at least we've had a bit of fun anyway. We've had a bit of miserable stuff, and we've had a bit of fun. Okay, it's all that you can do. At the end of the day, a lot of people across the globe are in the same boat right now. It's a dreadful situation, but at least if we can come together once a week, hopefully, I might do a few videos or whatever. It's great to have your company. I really, really do appreciate it. I hope I've been a little bit of use to you. You've certainly cheered me up tonight. I was having a crap day. I was having a crap day. I don't know where we go from here. Really, really don't. Let's have a little look at the chat here. Okay, let's see. Let me see. Somebody chat for me, Bo Derek way better. Yeah, absolutely, Bo Derek. That definitely gets a Roger for me. In fact, she gets a 10 for me. She gets a 10. Bo Derek. I did have some pictures of Bo Derek, but I don't know what's happened to on here. Bo Derek. She became famous in a movie called 10. Okay, and that movie's featured Dudley Moore, who's dead now. Uh, an English comic comedian and actor or whatever he was. And basically, the story behind 10 is that he saw this beautiful girl on a beach, and he was a successful musician, and he saw this beautiful girl on a beach, and he instantly gave her a 10, and he pursued her, he stalked her, which is not necessarily a healthy thing to do. But when he eventually got there, yes, he got down to the nitty gritty with her, he realized that at 40 years of age, which is the age of the character he was playing, that she didn't really, he was losing his sexuality. He wasn't as excited as he should have been. You know what I mean? Well, 40 years of age, that seems like a bloody kid to me. A 40-year-old. Jesus, at 40 years of age, I think I was just discovering my sexuality at 40 years of age. I had a youth. I had girlfriends when I was young, but at 40, it was like that's when I started traveling to places like Thailand and Cambodia, and I think at 40 years of age, I was like as if I was having a second youth, and there could be an interesting video to be made. How about a second youth? You have a second youth going out to these places. You feel like a young man again. You know what I mean? 40. But I'd Roger. I'd definitely Bo Derek. Definitely a Roger for me. Gorgeous woman. Gorgeous woman. So let's see now. Okay. Okay, let's have a little look at the chats. Got 213 thumbs up anyway, so that's okay. I'm going to wrap this up in a minute. We've been banging on for an hour and 20 minutes. I'm glad that a lot of you appreciate Roger or Dodger, okay, because we do a few other things. We've got to do something, okay? We're in lockdown right now. It's a miserable situation. We're not traveling the way that we want to travel. So we've got to find something to entertain us. And if it puts a smile on your face and gets a bit of a response and makes you laugh or think life isn't so bad after all, then at least it's something, okay? Someone's mentioning Kate Bush. Oh, well, we'll get there. We'll get there. Let's see, okay? Monroe's... Vincey Upstanding, not a day past that I don't miss Cambodia. Oh, I miss Cambodia as well. Rick J, yeah, there's an idea. There's an idea. Okay, the Roger and Dodger will play and play. I've covered a number of ladies in the first two letters of the alphabet. There's plenty more to go. We'll make it a long-running series anyway. Let's see. Travel troll, nothing wrong with a bit of bush. I'd say I miss a bit of bush. There's nothing that excites me more with the lady with a nice healthy bush. I do like a nice bush. Whatever happened to them, okay? Women should look like women. Feminine. That word feminine is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful word. Unfortunately, in this day and age, a lot of women are giving up femininity, tattoos and Jesus Christ almighty. Okay, listen, I'm going to wrap things up right now. We've been on for an hour and 23 minutes. I thank you for your company on this Wednesday night and all this doom and gloom. I hope we've had a bit of a laugh and a joke together. So I will say good night. Thank you. God bless you all. Keep thinking positive. I'll see you all next week. Okay, and and as Lord Shakespeare himself once said, to Roger or to Dodger? That is the question. Cheers.